There is more to me, Queen Eliara of Elfgard, than my elven magic. Just as there's more to Geico than saving you money, Geico also gives you 24/7 access to licensed agents online, on the phone, or on the Geico app. And while I am a mighty elf queen, I am also a mighty big fan of barbecue potato chips. Minions! More smoky mesquite.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
You're tuning into a Goldilocks Productions presentation of the InnerSpeak Soul Adventures radio show with Jean Adrienne. Jean is the creator of InnerSpeak, a method for clearing karmic and ancestral blocks. She's the author of 4 books and 2 decks of metaphysical clearing and activation cards. Jean offers private sessions via phone or Skype, as well as her office located in Blairsville, Georgia. Call in now to reserve your spot on the switchboard. The call-in number is 657-383-1895. Enjoy this soul-healing show.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Monday and happy Mercury retrograde. So we are in day 3 of the retrograde Mercury period. And, we've got 3 weeks of this. I think I really went through the worst of it about a week ago. But hopefully it's going to be all much better for me now, because I really got a good taste of it early on, and that seems to be how I process retrograde Mercury. So in case you have missed my shows before when I've talked about what do you do during a retrograde Mercury, I want to go over that a little bit for any newcomers that we might have. So, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be really concerned about. What Mercury retrograde is about is awareness. It's a great time for doing activities that begin with RE. Rest, review, rejuvenate. That's a good one. Let's see. Find the requirements. Meet your requirements. Anything that's RE. So, research is a really good one. And it's not a good time to buy electronic equipment because Mercury represents communication. Mercury also represents transportation, so not a good time to buy a new car. You can go to get your car revitalized, get it cleaned up. That would be a good thing to do during Mercury retrograde. So I invite you to take some time today while we're still in the freshness of the beginning of this cycle, and sit down and write some goals. What is it you would like to accomplish during Mercury retrograde? Because it's a beautiful time for going within. It's wonderful for finishing projects you've already begun. So why don't you take some time and figure out some things that you have that are like loose ends hanging that you would like to take care of. The energy of Mercury will support you in finishing up projects that you have already begun. So why don't we get started for today? I know we've got a bunch of callers on the switchboard that are waiting for me to do clearings for them. So my first caller today is area code 863. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, my name's Julia.
Hi, Julia. How can I help you today?
Hello. Well, I would like clearing around past relationships. I thought I've done some work, but it's like whenever I've asked for intuitives about new love, I always get, past relationships. So it's like, well, what am I missing? What am I not getting at that's still, lingering?
Okay. Well, and Mercury retrograde is a really good time to review the past and clean it up. So just take a minute, surrender to spirit, and ask for help and looking at what we need to look at today so that we can figure out what still needs to be cleaned up with respect to old relationships? What lessons have you not uncovered and dealt with? And actually, this relationship block goes all the way back to before you were born. It's a birth trauma thing. So let's see what was going on. Do you know anything about your birth, the circumstances around your birth?
I know that my biological father was not in the picture. He was hands off. I'm not interested.
Mhm. Okay.
So.
Well, let's see what your higher self says about the setup around this. The first thing it says is denied infidelity. So that could be this, not wanting to be involved kind of thing, and failure, ruin, and poverty. So what I'm picking up on here is that issues around relationships goes back to your biological father, a man who wasn't there for you. So sounds to me like maybe you end up attracting people to you to try to heal that relationship, men who are not there for you. Let's see what this did to your soul back at the point of your birth. It says loss of faith in yourself, others, and God. And there is a stuck belief that goes back to your birth. So let's see what that stuck belief is, and then we're going to clear this thing. I'm not lovable. So that's a perfect setup for relationship issues, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 of the green clearing cards, and let's see what your higher self wants you to do to let go of this. Okay. That one. Okay, so the first clearing that we're going to do is a forgiveness thing. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to connect with your higher self, and I want you to ask your higher self to locate the higher self of your biological father. And I want you to forgive him at the level of the higher self. For not being there for you. And I want you to ask your higher self to locate any and all areas of unforgiveness that you're still holding on to, little nuggets of resentment that are stored inside your body and out in your field. And clean them up, gather them up, and send them to the light. You're just energetic debris, energetic stuff that you're still holding on to around this at a subconscious level. And your biological father has a message for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to hold up an imaginary piece of paper, and I want you to allow the higher self of your biological father to write you a message on this piece of paper. And when he's done writing, I want you to turn around and you can read it. You don't have to read it out loud. It's a message just for you. If you've got any difficulty with this, you just let me know. Okay? All right. And now what I want you to do is I want you to pretend like you're looking at yourself in a mirror. And the image that you're going to see in this mirror, Julia, is the image of someone who feels that they are not lovable because of what happened to them at the point of their birth. So you look in the mirror and you see a woman that men don't love. I want you to just gently blow on that image, blow it away, so that what you will see when you're looking in that imaginary mirror is the beautiful light that you are. This incredible woman who loves herself totally and is now able to attract to herself a partner that matches her inside energy. Job. You receive blessings from the angels for having the courage to call in today. So let me see what the angels have for you. I'm going to pull you 3 of the violet angel blessings cards. The first one says synchronistic flow and good fortune. The second one is a blessing of courage to follow your heart's command. And the final blessing is a healing. So this old relationship thing that goes back to your birth has now been healed. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment now and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, your guides, to your biological father. He was just doing the best he could. He didn't know how to be there for a child. But that's okay. You chose him so that you could learn this lesson and master this lesson of self-love. And that's just beautiful. And I ask that all of Julia's reference points are updated, all ways in which she perceives and she is perceived in the world. And I ask that she's wrapped up in sheets of rainbow light, gently feeling this work in to whatever degree is appropriate for her spiritual evolutionary state. So be it, and so it is. And thank you for calling in, Julia. And everybody who has relationship issues that was listening to this and doing the work with Julia gets the same healing that she does. So thank you, Julia, for bringing this issue up so that lots of people can receive this healing. Bless you.
Can I just make one quick comment? I just wanted to confirm something that you said.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
You had specifically said that I believed I had the subconscious belief that I'm not lovable. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to tell you a practice that I've been doing since the 10th. It's to write out, I am lovable, she is lovable, Julia is lovable. And I've been doing that since the 10th. So I'm just confirming that.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's do another little thing while we got you here on the phone. I want you to pull all your energy into your heart center. And then I want you to connect with your higher self again. And I want you to ask your higher self to activate the vibration and frequency of self-love inside you. Same for your body, and same for the team that surrounds you and buffers you and works with you. Let's all just be vibrating self-love. There you go. How's that feel?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate that.
You are very welcome. All right.
Wonderful.
So keep me posted about when Mr. Wright shows up.
I will. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Okay, we have another caller. It is area code 805. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Donna. Thank you for taking my call. How are you today?
Hey, Donna. I am wonderful. How are you doing?
You sound great. I'm good, thank you.
All right, so how can I help you?
My issues are around money.
Okay.
I don't seem to save money. I'm on Social Security. I would like to get a little job on the side or a windfall. I used to be able to manifested where I want a BMW, I want a lot of trips and this and that, but it hasn't been happening the last 7 years. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you're at the end of a 7-year cycle. So let's move you back into prosperity. How about that?
Exactly.
Okay, so just take a moment, surrender to spirit, and ask for help. All right. So let's see where you set up a block on money for yourself. Got this card right here. Well, the first card I pulled says self-sabotage to avoid transforming. Yeah, so let's see if we can go a little deeper on this one. So this one goes back before you were born. So you've been carrying this all along, and it periodically, I guess, rears its ugly little head. This one goes back to when you were in your mother's womb.
Wow.
So let's see. Yeah. So this is a gestational block. And let's see what the setup is on this one. Forced out of a partnership or marriage.
Okay, I've never been married.
Well, I think this maybe has to do with your mother. Punished for another's misdeeds. Okay, yeah. And punished for another's misdeeds, yeah. So you have, you felt punished because of this divorce disruption in your life. Let's see what this did to you at the soul level, because this is what your higher self really wants healed. So you closed your heart, and if your heart's closed, it's hard for you to receive inflow. And there is a stuck belief. So let's see what this stuck belief is. We'll acknowledge it, and you can let it go. It's a belief in struggle. I have to struggle to earn. And let's clear it. I'm going to pull 3 of the green cards. And so anybody that's listening is having issues around money. Let's do this work with Donna. So the first thing that I want you to do is call in an angel and ask for help. And let's see, which angel should we call in today? Okay, let's call in Gabriel.
Okay.
And ask Gabriel to help you to release the old thought forms that you've been carrying since you were in your mother's womb and open your heart and set you free of struggle. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go back in time, all the way back to when you were in your mother's womb. I want you to find little baby Donna, and I want you to hold her in your arms, and I want you to carry her into Saint Germain's beautiful violet flame bonfire, the violet flame of transformation. And just allow the violet flame to burn away from you and your baby self, this belief in struggle, so that the flow can come to both of you with ease and grace. And then what I want you to do is I want you to, in your imagination, I want you to create a bottle, and I want you to put inside the bottle all the blocks on your inflow, anything that's holding you back from receiving money. Cork in it, and I want you just to give that bottle to Archangel Gabriel. And you receive blessings for having the courage to look at this and to heal it. So, your first blessing is renewed faith in yourself. Your second blessing is a centeredness and calmness that enables you to see and accomplish your purpose. And the final blessing is just what you asked for, synchronistic flow and good fortune. And so, Donna, it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment, give thanks to your angels, teachers, and guides. And I ask that all of Donna's reference points are updated, all ways in which she perceives and she is perceived in the world. And I ask that she's wrapped in sheets of rainbow light, gently sealing this work in to whatever degree is appropriate for her spiritual evolutionary state. So be it. So Donna, I don't know if you're familiar with a staffing company by the name of Ronstadt, Ronstadt, I believe is how it's spelled.
Ronstadt?
Ronstadt, Ronstadt. You can Google them. And what they do is they do temporary positions, they do temp to perm, and they do also permanent placements. And I keep hearing that if you contact them, they will find you some work that you will enjoy doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's Ronstadt?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Check them out. All right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
That was wonderful.
All right. We've got another caller. Caller area code 925. Who am I speaking with?
Thank you. Thank you very much for taking my call. This is Terry in Northern California.
Hi, Terry in Northern California.
I was wondering if you'd take a look around employment for me. I'm working, but I'm stuck, and I've been having back problems, and I have a very, very long commute, and I'm trying to negotiate maybe just working from home and not taking that commute. I work from home now, but I still have to go in once a week.
Right. And so low back, mid back, high back. Where does it hurt?
You know, I have had a hip injury, And so most of it is low back, but I sometimes have it in the middle of my shoulder blades. I can feel I have nerves pinched. And so it's like going down my arms, it's going down my legs. Right now I'm a mess. I go to the chiropractor today.
Cool. Okay, so you're not feeling supported, basically. So let's see what we can do to help you clear away the blocks on finding a job that is more supporting for you being who you want to be and working in your passion and playing in your joy. Take a moment, surrender to spirit, and ask for help. Oh boy, there's somebody at work that says overwhelmed by an authority figure, right? Somebody at work that wears you down. But let's see what else we got going on here. So what's keeping you stuck in a job that's not working for you is an ancestral block. This ancestor male, this is a female ancestor. Is it on mother's side of the family? Nope, it's on your dad's side of the family. It's more than 5 generations back. 5, 4, 3, 2. So this is your father's mother. Is she still alive?
No, she's gone.
Okay. Did you know her?
Very, very little did I see her, and only when I was small.
Okay. All right. So let's see what is going on with her soul that's causing you to be stuck in a job that is wearing you down, breaking your back, causing you pain. So she had a broken heart, and she was betrayed and lied to. And let's see what this did to her soul, because this is where you're connected in with her. And you've actually kind of taken her on. There's a piece of her soul that didn't go to the light when she made her transition, but you're a little light bearer, you know, and I think her soul knows that you have the ability to assist her. And so what happened to her because of this is that her inflow was shut down, her money, her love, her creativity, her ability to receive. And so that's where you're connected. That's just why you can't get a better job, and why you're still stuck in one that's causing you pain.
Things really changed for me. Things have really changed. My money flow has really stopped for the last 4 years. And I've been trying to get to create something on my own, but I don't even feel the fire in my belly right now anymore.
Yeah. So probably about 4 years ago is when you took on your grandmother's soul as a charity case to fix her. You did it out of loyalty, and you didn't do it consciously, because we don't. So there's a stuck belief, and that stuck belief is your grandmother's belief. It's not yours. That belief is, I can't have what I want. So, you want a job where you can work from home, and you can't have it. You can have a part of it, but you can't have all of it. So let's clear this.
Right.
Maybe we'll help the grandmother while we're at it. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to connect heart to heart with your grandmother. And I want you to ask her, what can I do to help you, grandmother?
Wow. I heard her say, just love me.
So I want you to call in an angel. And this angel's name is Stamera. Stamera is the angel of forgiveness. I want you to send Stamera to your grandmother. And I want you to help her to forgive. Let Stamera help her to forgive whoever it was that broke her heart, that betrayed her, that lied to her.
Okay.
And all of her energy is stuck in your second chakra. That's where you created a hip injury for yourself. And, the second chakra is about inflow, and it's causing the low back pain. So I want you to put your attention on your second chakra right below your belly button, all the way through your lower back. I want you to invite it to open both in the front and in the back, and to release all of the wounds that you've internalized in there that are your grandmother's wounds. And any wounds of your own. Let's just clear it all out while we're at it.
It feels like it's deflating.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. And so you get blessings from the angels for helping your grandmother to let go of this old stuff that's keeping her stuck, because she's stuck too. She can't go to the light. She could not go to the light, a fragment of her soul that was stuck here while she was harboring resentment and lack of forgiveness. And now she can. So let's see what your blessings are. Your first one is release from overwhelm. Your second one is the return of your authority, your power, and your confidence. And your final blessing today is opening to miracles.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment and give thanks. Your angels, teachers, and guides.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
And I ask that all your reference points are updated, all ways in which you perceive and you are perceived in the world. And I ask that you're wrapped up in sheets of rainbow light, gently sealing this work in to whatever degree is appropriate for your spiritual evolutionary state. And so be it. And you are very welcome.
Thank you. It's amazing. I feel different. I feel lighter.
Good. And you should continue to feel lighter because you were carrying the burden of a woman. No wonder your back was hurting.
Can I ask you, how is it that somebody that I really never knew would connect to me like that?
Okay. So we travel in very tightly knit groups of souls. And we incarnate with them over and over again. And it's really not a very big group. So, you may have been this soul's sister in one lifetime. She's your grandmother in this lifetime. You might have been her mother in another lifetime. She might have been a man. You might have been a man. I mean, it changes around. And I don't know how many people travel in this group. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's probably a finite number. But anyway, we play with them over and over again, and every time we decide to incarnate, we pick the ones from our soul group that we know can help us to achieve whatever it is we're trying to master in that lifetime. And in each generation of every family, one family member really kind of steps up to the plate to be the light bearer for the ancestors, and that's what you chose this lifetime. So, it's a pretty rewarding job, although it's a dubious distinction because, when an ancestor gloms onto you for help, it can, turn your life into a train wreck because you don't know what it is that's happening. But, but your light shines so brightly that the ancestors see you. It's like the blue light special at Kmart, So, oh yeah, she's ready. Okay, I'm gonna go to her. And and they reach out to you for help. So that's how it happens, and so it really doesn't matter whether you knew her well or not. You have a very strong connection with her. You've incarnated with her many times.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Have a wonderful day.
All right. And good luck in the new job.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, so we've got another caller. This one is area code 615. How can I help you today?
How you doing? My name's Eileen. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Eileen. You're very welcome. So what's going on, Eileen? How can I help you?
I was wondering if you'd see any messages coming from my loved ones about either my mom, dad, or my husband.
Okay. So I'm not, that's not my forte of being a medium and bringing in messages, but what I can do is I can help you to clear away the blocks that are keeping you from being able to receive those messages, because you can. And really, it's best when you do it for yourself anyway. How about that? So just take a moment, surrender to Spirit, and ask for help.
Okay.
And, oh boy, so right away the card that comes up is Veil of Death. So somebody is trying to get in touch with you. And they're wanting closure and or forgiveness. Is this soul male? This is a female. This is a relative.
Female?
It's a female. Yeah, this is a female relative. This is on mother's side of the family. It's on your mother's side of the family. Is it more than 5 generations back? 5, 4, 3. This is your grandmother, your mother's mother, who is trying to get in touch with you. So did you know her?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see what the setup is with her, because really what she's wanting is your help. So apparently there's a piece of her soul that is fragmented and has not gone to the light. And she knows that you are open and wants your help. So let's see what the setup is for your grandmother.
Okay.
Well, this is interesting. It says suicide, but it might not have been her suicide, because the other card says servitude and felt powerless. So somebody that she knew, cared about, committed suicide, and she felt powerless to do anything about this. It might have been her, and she might have chosen an exit point. I don't know what you know about her death.
No, she died of cancer. I took care of her.
Okay.
I was younger for a while.
Okay, so let's see what this soul reaction, because this is where you're connected to your grandmother. And so it says her heart was closed down to avoid being hurt. And so because this comes up at the soul reaction level, to some degree, your heart is closed down, so you're not able to hear. Okay, gotcha. And there is a stuck belief that needs to be acknowledged so you can let it go. And that belief is, I'm not taken seriously. It's her belief. So
she's not being taken seriously, or
yeah,
I'm not?
She believed that she was not being taken seriously.
Okay.
And so to a certain extent, you're carrying that belief, even though it's not yours. But
right.
maybe you don't feel like people take you seriously. All right. So let's clear this. I'm going to pull 3 of the green cards. All right. So the first card says to call in an angel and ask for help. So this angel's name is Mir. It's spelled M-I-H-R. And Mir is the angel of relations.
M-I-H-R?
M-I-H-R.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And Mir is the angel of relationships. So what I want you to do is I want you to call in Mir, and I want you to send Mir to your grandmother, wherever she is.
Okay.
And ask Mir to help her to open her heart.
Okay.
And then I want you to ask Mir to touch you on your heart center and open your heart. And then I want you to pretend like you're looking at yourself in a mirror. And when you see yourself in this mirror, you're being overshadowed by the energy of your grandmother. So what I want you to do is I just want you to blow on the image on the mirror and blow your grandmother's energy off of you so that you can see who you really are, the beautiful beam of light that is you, with your heart shining wide open. And I want you to invite you to take yourself seriously. Because you've got gifts. You've got incredible gifts, and it's time for you to start using them. So in your imagination, I want you to take your grandmother by the hand, and the two of you kneel together and surrender to Spirit. And ask that all limiting beliefs be cleared away from both of you. And then let Mir pick your grandmother up and take her to the light where she belongs. All right, and you receive blessings for helping your grandmother. Wow. And
that's cool.
Ooh, these are good blessings. Woo-hoo. The first one is release from overwhelm, but the second one is synchronistic flow and good fortune. And your final blessing is opening to miracles. So it doesn't get much better than that, sweetie. So it's gratitude that owns all clearing. So just take a moment and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, and your guides. And I ask that you're wrapped in sheets of rainbow light, gently sealing in all this work to whatever degree is appropriate for your spiritual evolutionary state. And I ask that all your reference points are updated, all ways in which you perceive and you are perceived in the world. So thank you so much for calling in this afternoon.
Thank you. So that closed talk was because came from my grandmother, too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Open it back up. Thank you so much.
Right.
Have a good day.
You're very welcome. Okay, you
Thank
too.
You. Bye.
And so, before we went on the air today, I pulled out my deck of Being of Love cards, and I pulled 5 cards. And the first card that came up is the card of consciousness. So this is what all of us are working on right now. We're trying to raise our consciousness. We are wanting to raise our vibration and to really get clear on our ascension path and move into higher consciousness. But what's holding us back are our thoughts. We're allowing limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts to creep in and hold us back from raising our consciousness. And because we are multidimensional beings, I want to invite each of you and me, we're going to do this together, to ask our higher self to connect us with all of our dimensional aspects and to allow all the places where we express ourselves in the higher dimensions to work with us to clear away limiting thoughts, limiting thought patterns, limiting beliefs, and to raise our vibration as high as is humanly possible to lift us up to a higher level of consciousness. Because we are co-creators of this reality, and when we create from higher consciousness, we're going to get more of the things that we desire and fewer of the things that don't serve us anymore. And, that's another thing about Mercury retrograde. This is a time to release. And so I want to invite everyone who's listening to over the next 3 weeks, to look at the areas of your life where you're still dealing with old habits and old thought forms that are no longer serving you. And let's get really, really judicious about going in there and cutting away the chaff. Let's get rid of all the junk. This is a perfect time. Not only the etheric junk, but clean out your closets and everything that you haven't worn for 2 years, donate it to a thrift store so that somebody who really needs new clothes can benefit from the things that you aren't using. So we don't have any more callers on the switchboard. So if you're listening and you would like to get a clearing from me, you can call in now. We've still got a few more minutes. Area code 657-383-1895 is the number. And when you call in, be sure to press 1, because if you're just sitting out there listening, which you're perfectly happy, I'm perfectly happy for you to listen. You don't have to get readings. But the producer won't know that you want a reading unless you press 1, and you haven't pressed it enough until it comes back to you and says you are now in the host queue. So I am more than happy to do readings and clearings for anybody who is listening out there, and you just need to call on in. Now, so let me tell you a little bit while we're waiting about me and the work that I do. So I work with clients every day And I do what we're doing right now, but I do it for a full hour, and I use the full protocol, not just these InnerSpeak cards, to help you really get in there and drill down and clear away. And my goal is to do enough clearing in a single session with a client so that they have moved away enough of the boulders on their path and they can move forward, and I don't even need to work with them anymore. And my goal is that you have such a great experience with me, you tell 2 of your friends, and that's how I've built my business over the last 20 years. It's purely by referral. So if you would like to take advantage of a private session with me, you just go on my website, which is JeanneAdrienne.com, JeanneAdrienne.com. And right there on the home page, there's a place where you can order up a private session. And as soon as you do that, I will contact you back and we will schedule it up. So the sessions take just under an hour. And I would love to work with you to help you to get on purpose, to get on path, to have everything you desire in your life and to be all that you can be. And if you're not ready for that, if you go, while you're on my website, if you sign up for my newsletter, when you opt in, I will send you a link to the online version of these cards that I'm using so you can do clearings for yourself in the privacy of your home on your computer. And if you don't like my newsletter, you can opt out at any time and continue to use those cards forever. So I invite you to do that as well. If you want to get the cards in your hands, they're available on my website in the store, also on Amazon.com. So it doesn't appear that we have any other callers right now. So I'm going to wait just another minute or two, and if we don't get any more callers, I'm just going to go in and close out the show today. But I just want to thank all of you for joining me. And next week, my guest is going to be Lori Houston. She is an intuitive from Toronto, and every other week we do kind of a tag team approach. She gives you a reading, and then I do a clearing to help you to have the best possibility of manifesting what Lori sees in your potential, in the field of your potential for you. So join me next week, and you can call in and you can get a reading from Lori and a clearing from Jean. And since we don't seem to have any other callers, I am going to thank you all, and I'm going to thank my producer, Tiffany. And until next week, remember, people who take responsibility for their lives create the reality they desire. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Ciao.
Napa know-how.
A Napa guy knows more isn't always better, unless we're talking about full-size vans. These beasts do more than get you from A to B. They have so much space a man can live in it. With shag carpeting, waterbed, and a sweet lava lamp, these mobile abodes have all the comforts of home. With quality parts and plenty of Napa know-how, you can keep the original tiny house running longer, stronger. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.